What's going on, guys? Tim here, and today's story about my depression, my anxiety, how it started, and talking about certain things that have happened in my life from living in Creve Coeur, Illinois, having all these friends, hanging out with them all the time, being an active kid, to moving to Tremont and not having many friends, not having much to do, being a nerd, sitting in my room playing video games all day, talking to people on the internet because I was not a social person when I moved. That is what I'm going to be talking about today.
Those stories, I'm a fool for your love.
First off, before I start this, I just want to hope everybody had a amazing holidays, Christmas, and New Year's. I had a great time. I spent some time on Christmas with my family. New Year's, I just stayed home. I was sick. I'm still kind of sick right now as I'm recording this. So this story starts off 8th grade. I was in Creve Coeur. I was at Parkview Junior High School, and it was about September of that year. My grandfather passed away, and he was really close to me and my older cousin Eddie. My grandfather was always there for us. We'd be at his house every single weekend. It hit me hard when he died. He passed away. My grandfather was like my only friend that I had that I could talk to about anything, and that hit me hard. Every year around his birthday or any family time comes around, like Christmas, New Year's, stuff like that, it hits me pretty hard since that he's not there and that I don't have him around me anymore. Maybe that does have a little bit of a toll on my depression and my anxiety because he died. I didn't have anyone that I could talk to about anything. At least that's how my mindset was. It was hard to talk to anybody about anything because usually my grandpa was the only person I could talk to for help. After 8th grade came around, my freshman year started. I was over at East Peoria High School. I was wrestling in high school. That helped me out. I had all my group of friends there, had all my friends that were wrestlers. On sophomore year came around, and my family was having small financial issues with the house that we were living in at the time. I didn't want to move. I had all my friends, Creve Coeur and East Peoria, that I talked to on a daily basis and saw every day and hung out with every day, and I didn't want to move. I had all these group of people. I had a good life. I was enjoying East Peoria High School and really wanted to graduate from there. And then I was told that we had to move, and we ended up moving to Tremont. And I'm not going to say it was a bad move, but I'm also not going to say it was a good move. They both had their negatives. They both had their positives. Yes, I wanted to get out of Creve Coeur, but I didn't want to leave East Peoria High School and leave all my friends that I had there behind. I'm still connected with all of them to this day. We hang out usually every once in a while, but that hit me hard too. I was a new kid in a new school, didn't know anybody at all. My first day, I met a group of people that were really cool to me, really good people. Tremont, I didn't know much about the town. I just knew the Turkey Fest before I moved here, and that it was a small country town and it was really boring and there was nothing to do. Then I met some people that played football, people that wrestled, people that I could just talk to, and that were actually friends of mine. But during my sophomore year, it wasn't the best. I started getting bullied because I came from East Peoria. I was told that I was already on a list of people to be like on an expulsion list because of the school I came from, and I know East Peoria had a bad rep for dropouts and fights and stuff like that, but there was no point of having someone on an expulsion list because of when I came to Tremont, I found out I was on a list of people that weren't going to make it the first 2 weeks of being there. And I obviously proved the school wrong with me graduating from there, but I didn't have the easiest ride while there. Every school has their group of bullies and their group of jocks that think they're cool, but they're really not. And if you're in high school at this time, like point in time, and you're dealing with bullies and you have anxiety and bad depression and stuff, I promise you, you'll get through it. It just takes time and finding a mentor or somebody that you can talk to. But during my junior year, I had my small group of friends, but at that time I was having suicidal thoughts and thoughts of not wanting to live anymore and stuff like that, and times where I didn't know what I was going to do after high school, if I was going to go to college, if I was going to go just stay working. And at that time, I was also hating the job I was working at Pizza Ranch in Morton, Illinois. But I had to keep the job because after my junior year went around, it became to my senior year. And this was the time when I just wanted to get the fuck out. It started off great during the beginning of the school year. I was doing film for the football team, traveling to every single game with them. Shout out to Mr. Zaire. Even though I hate you, or hated you during my senior year and thought you were a dick, I still respect you. I get that what you were doing and helping me out throughout senior year with giving me the detentions that I got or the suspensions I got. Even though some of them were probably bullshit, I respect what you were doing, and you helped me in a big way that you don't even know. But after football season of my senior year, stuff was going kind of downhill. My mindset was all jacked up where I didn't want to do anything. I hated school. I hated being there. I hated waking up super early. Wrestling season came around. And wrestling season, I wanted to participate. I had nothing going on. Even though work was stressing me out, I wanted to wrestle. December time was mostly around during wrestling, and I haven't wrestled a single match yet. And it's this kid, and I'm not throwing out any names to give any hate. He brought a vape into school. He got caught with it, and he blamed me, said that I gave it to him or that I brought it, and I was searched, and I had nothing on me. They went out to my truck and searched that, and they found it, and I got a 3-day suspension for some BS that I didn't even do. I had all these people, all my friends saying I didn't do it, and that's when it took a toll on me, where I got really pissed off, and I started tweeting out random stuff saying the school is gonna be really pissed off or feel really bad when something bad happens. And I could see where that is bad in the saying that I said it, but how it meant in my head to how other people took it was a big difference. People were thinking I was going to bomb the school, I was going to shoot the school up, and that was not my intentions. My intentions were suicide, and that's what I was thinking throughout my whole senior year. And I had times where I wanted to. I wasn't having the best time at all in school. Even around my friends, I was still really depressed and pissed off all the time. But after that, I was told by the athletic director that I'm not allowed to go to wrestling practice for 3 days, and I did that. He told me he was going to tell my coach. Never told my coach. I went to practice after them 3 days. I told my coach what happened, and he's like, well, you're kicked off the wrestling team. I got in a really moody attitude, started yelling with the coach. The athletic director at the time was at the school because he was also the strength and conditioning coach in the mornings for the football team, weightlifting during the winter times. And I said that I was yelling at him saying that you said you were going to tell my coach that I had 3 days, no practice. And like I said, I was in a potty mood. I was yelling at everyone. I grabbed my crap and I started my truck and I left, and I didn't go back to school all day. I was yelling I wanted to kill myself and stuff like that, and I flipped the fuck out. I came home all pissed off, throwing shit, hitting shit, punching shit, and man, I said shit a lot. I'm sorry to anybody, by the way. But I was just all really mad, and the athletic director came to my house, and he talked to me and said, now you can focus more on school. I could tell you were stressed out, and he promised that next time he will get all the facts before and come to me before he assumes anything, because he talked to a lot of the teachers that day, and one of the teachers, Mr. Rice, shout out to you, big help throughout my senior year. He was the person I could talk to. He was a really religious guy, so he would always tell me that, like, God was always with me. He's always helping me out, and I believed it. And God is always on my side. He's always helped me out through things. Throughout my senior year, I was having I had 2 classes every day. My high school did. There was a couple teachers there that really made me really mad. Not gonna call them out because that's just disrespectful. Or anytime she sees me at my work, she's really disrespectful to me. The teachers one night were having a teachers meeting at my work, and my job was to take food down to them and go make sure they're okay and make sure they need anything. And I overheard her say, "I hope Tim Parker's not coming in here," in a really just mouthy attitude. And I walked away, got out of there, and I'm like, I'm not going back in there. I told my manager I'm not going back in there. One of the teachers in there got really mouthy, and I'm not dealing with her like I did during my senior year. And at the end of the year, my senior year, she didn't like that I quit my job over at Pizza Ranch because I didn't like it, and I told her I didn't like it. But the reason she didn't like that I quit it is, first off, I didn't tell her. Second, she was getting or just my discount in general because she was my teacher. And I quit that job, and I went and worked at Casey's General Store in Tremont for a while. And then after that, I got a new job over at Seasons in Morton, where I really like that place. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. I will have another Life of Tim out next week. Thanks for sitting and listening. If you're still here, please subscribe, like, comment, whatever you guys do. Share this video. It's been Tim. See ya.